I don't know where to begin, but so I'm going to tell. I will tell my story as colonization in reverse, the decriminalization of MERVELEE Myers. I'm coming from court. And I've not eaten anything from morning. Water goes into my mouth because I brush my teeth. And if I did not, if I was not raised to believe in a God that is causing me to suffer, this God that is causing me to suffer from the time my father was stricken with Parkinson's. So, this God that has caused my suffering from the time my father was stricken with Parkinson's. This is the same God that has me suffering coming up to my 66th birthday. And I can't see an end in sight. This is the God that has allowed my family to abandon me. And I'm sat in court today. And I hear Barbara McCoy talking about whatever. This is the God that can allow Debbie Gilchrist to have her mother in court. So her mother was in court on the 7th, and her mother was back in court today. On the 7th, Mr. Badalu asked somebody to attend court with me. Johnny Mitchell. This time, I was on my own. And I asked this God who is supposed to love me, why I am suffering. And if I wasn't raised the way I was raised and looking for an afterlife, I would not take any more of the suffering, but I will have to take the suffering. As I see myself being diminished, that I don't even know who I am anymore. If I allow them, because once again, I'm hearing that I'm not a credible witness. So Debbie Gilchrist and Barbara McCoy are the credible witness. So that says I am not a credible witness. So once again, in a court of law, despite my evidence, I've been made out to be somebody who I know I am not. Yesterday, I am here. I heard talking, so I avoid this time now to whatever. I heard talking up there. They know what they're doing. I heard the talking, and when the person is going home, because they do these things to trigger me, yes, because they know I'm going to react. So if I hear talking, and because based on what has happened, and they say nobody don't kick my door, nobody don't this, nobody don't that, nobody don't the other, I stayed at my window because it was a BT engineer who says anybody who is kicking your door has to be captured on the camera out there. So yesterday I stood at my window and I said yes. I didn't even I didn't even know Barbara McCoy don't live in here anymore. I didn't know. But I saw her. Yeah. She have on her London ambulance service ambulance. So when I heard it talking, she was there for a little while. Don't know how long, I wasn't even tuning in. But when they escalate the noise to trigger me, yeah, and I know it's definitely to trigger me, but yet I'm the one who gets used. I stood at the window and I record her leaving from here going to next door. And I said, I don't know what they planning. They plan. Didn't know she don't live in here any longer. I said, I don't know what their plans are because that's how I am defending myself. But I know something was being hatched. I got up this morning early and do what I need to do and order the cab because on the 7th I got disorientated and I got lost. So I said, you know what? Trying to save a few penny. The money is already gone. Let me get the cab and get there. Yeah. I'm in here. I hear my bell ring. So I usually I just don't go to the window, the door when the bell is rung. I'm having a headache. I look here and I saw the postman or the royal mail delivery, and I'm wondering why somebody is sending me a newsletter and has to send it in this. From I came home and I saw it in the passage, and I just guessed that it's a newsletter. But I'm thinking, a newsletter. Why is somebody sending me a newsletter? Now I put my glass down and I don't know where it is. Yeah, I hear the buzzer went. I look through the window because I'm in here getting ready, and I tap and I said, I'm coming. As per usual, which I do. Even look at the video of the gate when I'm explaining to the man why I do what I do. I went out, I said to the man, I am recording for safeguarding. Yes. So I didn't just go put video in his face as they are saying. I wish God would just take me, let me die, and stop the suffering. I explained to the man, I said, I'm sorry, I'm recording for safeguarding. That's as per usual. They don't like. So he said he's taking a picture of me too, which I have no problems with. Yeah? So of course, he don't want me to record him, although I record. So he started. So of course I'm gonna respond. By the time, same like when the bundle came, and I'm in here, I'm explaining to the man because bundle was supposed to have come, and it's the day after court, the day at court, and at court they were acting as if I had received the bundle. That's how I'm treated, and I was lying. So they gave me the bundle that the man had come. I was sat on the floor. I got to court, and the man came over. He didn't ask me how I am. He wanted to know if I received the bundle. I said no. He said he has a spare one if I want to take it. I said it makes no sense me taking it now. In court, this is your beach. I'm saying if something was whatever, she would give me an hour to go look through a bundle of nearly 900 pages. She reluctantly offered me alternative, so I took the adjournment. Same like how Tony is over there and coming at his door to tell me to take the bundle. What does it have to do with him? It's the same thing this morning. So the man become offensive, so I'm saying whatever. She came out of her door the same way when Trevor came here and assaulted me. She had something to say to the police because it's my fault why Trevor assaulted me. And when I hear them saying all this thing, how Trevor come to the door and what I did, they take out whatever. Yes, I swear. And that's not a problem. It's part of my therapy mechanism. So I don't do what my brother done. I've explained and outweighed everything. Yeah? So then I realize, I said, you know what? I called the man stupid because he was acting stupid. And that is used against me for defending myself. It's not as if I don't explain. When I call numbers, they tell you you're being recorded for training and purpose. So if I feel a need to have something on record that I'm receiving this, my mind tell me it was this, but I wasn't sure. Yeah? Because I said they did not believe that I did not get the bundle. Yeah? They did not believe I did not get the bundle. Yeah? Yeah? So this is what came. I don't see the need for send this in a thingy for somebody to come here to come disrespect me. Yeah, this is it. Dear Mrs. Myers, please find enclosed copies of this month's newsletter. Thank you for being an inspiration and a reminder of why unity matters. It is POP, whatever, power of people that will improve the broken justice system that enables oppression. La- Lastly, we look forward to reading your next book. Okay. I'm not saying this in a negative light. People, oh, so it's two copy. I'm not saying this in a negative light. I'm saying it. Unity. It is, they actually, whoever this came from, actually contacted me through my book. They're looking forward to read my next book. But where will I be for them to read my next book? Yeah? They know where I'm at with eviction and imprisonment if I'm not careful. Yeah? They want me to appear on their next thing to discuss chapter 5 of my book. I was given some training to how to do whatever. I haven't had time to go back. Somebody said they would be at court with me on the 7th. Nobody turned up. What does this do for me? It's just another catalog in whatever is happening. I've reached out to everybody that I know. I said, please, can you help me? Why was I sat alone in court today? If there is this unity, I'm looking forward to reading my next book. Why? So I continue. By the time I'm speaking, I explained to the man why I was doing what I'm doing. I'm not stupid. So by the way he was reacting, I'm not supposed to do whatever and whatever. Same like how the first one, the one who come to deliver the bundle, and Tony is next door, and she now is on her, she's opened her door. It's nothing to do with her because I'd gone out earlier on in my back garden and front garden because I need to put whatever is there. So I sung a song, and I did whatever I did. When I look up at her window, if I'm in here and things they will kick my door, so I'm capturing who is out there. It's a problem, and they call police. When I'm in my garden, they come and they record me. And I say, why are you recording me? They want it for their defense. So this morning I dress up and I feel good. At least I can leave the house I have court to go. I'm gonna present myself in the best manner. I packed my case with my things, hoping they would take some of that into consideration. By the time I'm outside, so they can't say I was singing, I was shouting and screaming. I'm recording where I'm at because I was hopeful that somebody would understand. Yeah? Somebody would understand. So I'm out there singing. One of the songs I sing was my mother's signature tune. I wasn't shouting. No man singing. When I look up, it's Miss Gilchrist up at her window recording me. This time I didn't say anything. I carried on with my recording. Yes, I carried on with my recording, people. And I come in here, then I went into the garden and I done the same and talk about the window that is a death trap. A death trap has been set up out there with the window black sellotape. So I've been talking about it. Yeah? Because even housing for women is supposed to come. Because once I reported the situation, they wanted to come the same day, but I had my things. So they were said they were supposed to come here, but whole day. Anyway, I'm going in stages. I'm having a headache. I haven't eaten anything from morning and I don't know when I will eat. Yeah? So postman come to me. It's not you. So why do you have to open your door like Tony opened his door from across there to tell me to take the parcel? Now she's gonna whatever. Yeah, open her door, causing a commotion. What is this to do? Trigger me. So of course I'm gonna respond. And Miss Gilchrist is in court telling the judge that whatever happened this morning, but she's not saying. They triggered me. I was acting, I wasn't screaming, I was singing the way I do my thingy. Down this side is pain, go down to my ankle where I have the pain. So on this side, I'm having a headache. Yes. And she was in court telling the judge about what I do. I scream at people who come to the door. But that's a different situation. Yeah? This is a different situation. Yeah? I'm trying to tell my story. When I sat in court and hear Mark Lake, I've never met Mark Lake. I've never seen a Mark Lake name mentioned in any correspondence I have gotten. I remember names for some reason. So like those from courts, I know name from court because I've been through the court system. I'm having a headache. There's nothing I can do until whatever is happening. So whatever is happening, let it happen. I've never known of a Mark Lake. I've never seen his name on whatever. Or whatever. Now my finger, not even my finger no longer opens this I don't match. So I don't know if it's because I put on weight or what. I don't know. Yeah? So they are there. Mark Lake started working with housing for women in June 2024, not even a year yet. And I've lived in housing for women premises 23 years. June it will be 24 years. And they are the ones who have things and said things against me, what I do from what I don't do. Who was looking after my husband? When I hear Barbara McCoy talking about family and Trevor trying to help me and what I did to Trevor, but yet they're not telling me, they're not saying, Miss Gilchrist coerced Trevor to say I'm abusing the father. And the day when Trevor assaulted me after his father 100 and whatever, she was out there giving telling police things. Yeah? And even the paramedics that come, they made wrong report. After my husband's birthday, I couldn't take whatever. I called Trevor the first time. I called Trevor and I said, Trevor, I need help. In the end, Trevor didn't give me the help. I eventually had to call the ambulance. Trevor came here in the evening. I was so tired and distraught. A day after his father's birthday. I went in there, yeah, because Tom had banned Trevor from coming here. Tom had banned Trevor, his own son, from coming here after I came here and do certain behavior. But the day of his birthday, he came and I didn't turn him away. And the next day after his birthday, I was struggling with my husband. Some of the videos I put out there where he's saying he wants to go home, he's crying or whatever. I'm trying my best. And Trevor came in here. A day after my husband's birthday, I'm distraught with all that's what's happening. And Trevor came in here. I went into the room. After Trevor locked his father, changed the lock on his father's house because I dedicate myself because I have this little tattoo and my husband have big property in Camberwell, 19 Wilson Road. I dedicate myself to say, you know what? My husband need the best. They were going to help give me carers. So the carers would come in the day. So I was willing to give up whatever I need to give up to go to my husband's place. I've never lived there. I can't remember if I spent a night in my husband's place. I don't remember. I was willing to give up for to go there because Tom said that was his comeback, and I was willing. And when we made the arrangement that the guys on St. Thomas's, people are saying whatever. It was it reached the point where they couldn't do anything more for my husband. So the decision was made: go home to die. And I was willing to make the sacrifice with the help that they were providing. When Trevor changed the lock, it was the hospital people who came back and helped me so they get a smaller bed. I had to take out my bed, the bed I'm on there. It's a disgrace. The bed I am on is cut up with blocks. My good bed that I had. I put it out. I put things from sofa and things out to get my husband here. And Trevor came in here after my husband 100th birthday and assaulted me. And Miss Gilchrist was there and the police. All the police is interested in all what happened. They don't want them acting for me to take out charge against Trevor. Trevor works in the prison. I didn't want that to affect Trevor's ability. I didn't want that on Trevor's record. So the assault he assaulted me didn't harm me in any way. It was more my pride that on one day after my husband's birthday, and I'd call my stepson to say I need support, and he'd come here. How it happened? I was so tired after everything, the birthday and whatever happened. And he came in, I went into the room and I sat in the chair. He put his bag on the chair and I was lifting up the bag to put it on the floor so I could sit because I am tired from the celebration yesterday. By the time, so obviously he's talking to his dad and he's watching me out of the corner of his eye. By the time I picked up the bag, Trevor swing round and grab the bag from me. And anybody who knows me, I didn't do anything physical. I don't do physical. But I recorded. And I hear in court now today Barbara McCoy and Debbie Gilchrist and whatever talking about families and it's me everything. So then I'm gonna do Trevor now, and then I will have to do my own family because my own family has abandoned me to be in the situation that I am in. So I go down the road with Trevor since I'm dealing with Trevor. My relation, I would say, I thought my relationship with Trevor was the best. Trevor accompanied me to court in Croydon. When I take out small claims court, Trevor accompanied me. I couldn't want for a better relationship. Graduation, Trevor is there. Trevor won sorry, we had that relationship. Yes? I don't know when I noticed the change. I can't say for certain when I noticed the change. Or maybe looking back now. All right, so some of the things that Trevor did to me. Trevor came. You know what? I am gifted, but because of my chronic anxiety and stuff like that, I try to keep out the ways. Because even the judge was saying how I conduct myself today. I had nobody with me. Trevor came, not knowing, of course. Me, I'm naive. I'm too trusting. I am naive. I'm too trusting. Trevor came and Trevor said I should photocopy things, things and give. I did. Maybe it's laziness. I don't know. Lack of belief in myself. I don't know. Now I'm looking at it. But I know some of it is hinge on my disabilities, right? So I sometimes take the easy way out. And I'm thinking, I can't be bothered with the stress and the triggers. Okay. So I'll be having a Zoom at 7:30. But I just need to keep going or else I don't know. So my brain has to be working. So yes. I copied whatever Trevor asked me to copy and give him. That's a relationship I have with my son. I would never think that somebody, Trevor, would behave the way he's behaved towards me. Then Trevor came, bring paper, said power of attorney. Me, maybe again, I did not exert my authority because people were saying I should move into Tom's place. Even when they started the problem at the work, my husband said to me, look how he would make reference. Look how I tell you that you should come and live with me and you don't come. This wouldn't be happening. But even then I still decided I have no rights. My thing is, after what I experienced with my first husband, I said anywhere I'm going, I have to be responsible. In a sense, I think whatever Housing for Women is doing to me, if there is a God that I believe in, yeah, they're gonna let District Judge Beecham see whatever it is. But I don't trust. I don't trust them. And if I say I don't trust God sometime, I mean I don't trust God sometime. When Trevor bring the thing for power, but I am the first. I'm saying Tom sign it. Maybe as I said, it's lazy me and don't want the responsibility of doing whatever. Yes, because people are saying, and even Tom invited, you are a wife, you're entitled. But I don't, I'm not the person who feel I'm entitled. Anything I'm entitled to, it's what is mine, and I go forward. All right. I began to notice little things now. Trevor is asking me for money to borrow. I was gonna lend Trevor the money, but something happened, so I couldn't. That's all. When I tell you how much I've lost because of the generosity of my heart, and nobody's listening to me. Even today, mentioning about Mimi Owusu who scammed me £10,000 and whatever. They deliberately trying to make out that I'm this, that, blah, blah. Because, as my brother said, the cards are stacked against me and they will find everything. So now I mention her name. Here it is. Then she will call my phone, private number. And then she will call my house phone. And sometimes number showing that I'm calling my phone. Yes? Is the court listening to any of this? No. This is the person who send police here, send social services here, send this here, said I was a da 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 da. And no, nobody's listening to me. All right, me and Trevor. After Trevor asked me for the money to borrow, I didn't. I was gonna lend Trevor, but something crop up, and I don't know remember what. Because I couldn't lend Trevor the money. And as I said, even after that, I think we still have a relationship, blah, blah, blah. But then I don't know for certain when the change, I noticed the changes. I went to birthday party at a hall because I volunteer with this family. Now everybody has abandoned me. Yeah. But when they took away my job, no, the job wasn't taken. They sent me on medical suspension. So there's a journey. This journey. They sent me on medical suspension and although I quit. So I didn't just sit in here and salmon or whatever. I looked things to do so that online I found resources for autism. And I volunteer. I signed up, get the train, I volunteer. So that's how this family with two in there. I was responsible for Theodora. So they become like family. So I was invited to the birthday party. And I said it would be nice to have a birthday party here for my husband. So I started making plans. But I didn't make the plans by myself. I involved Miss Catherine, the person who planned her husband party, and I involved Trevor. I don't do anything by myself. We went and looked at the place. Trevor was taking photographs, sending it to his family and whatever. And I paid the down payment. Every time something they to me, the family to meet up with me, it never happened. And then Trevor told me that I should take back the money, the down payment. And we take his dad to a restaurant. And I had my mind. Anybody who knows me knows what I am about. I had my mind set on giving my husband one of the best 100th birthday party that there was. So every time the family is to meet up and do contact me, something went. In the end, it was Miss Catherine who rallied around some of her family and friends to help me. Or the party would be a flop. It was a flop. At least there is something there that I tried. That was March. My brother came over because my brother is March. When was the last time I saw my brother? Did I see him after mom? I can't remember. Because when I came back from mom's funeral, I went back to Jamaica for Miss Connie's funeral. But I don't remember if my brother was in Jamaica 2018. That was the last time I was in Jamaica. My brother came, my brother say everything. My brother keep reminding me, even with the funeral, remember what they did. They came to the party, yes, but with the expectation that it did flop. But at least some total strangers turn up. It wasn't what I expected, but at least I am proud of what I did with my husband's money. And then that's when I realized fully. I realized fully because before that, family, my husband family from abroad, I am the one who is planning and doing all these things. So I don't know how I ended up being this violent nuisance. And Barbara McCoy is going to tell me in quote this, yes, I am violent verbally. And then you come back to Phil Gregory, but that's for another time. And I am a nuisance. So basically, she said I'm a violent nuisance then. Whatever terms the violence take, and that's how I was labeled from a 12-page witness statement of a person April, May, June, July. I'm trying to give you a picture of me and Trevor. I notice now, Trevor, Tom didn't sign the power of attorney. Honest to God, I didn't even read the power of attorney because I wasn't fucking interested. The less I have to do with certain things, it's better for me in my journey. I am encouraging, I said Tom sign it because for me, if somebody can take over responsibility to make my life easy, go ahead. And I thought I had a good relationship with Trevor. So I'm encouraging Tom sign it. And Tom stick his head out. He ain't signing it. It was only later, after certain things happened, and Tom explained things to me because Tom did not, he's not a talker. Tom is not that type. Melzi was the one. Tom don't talk much. Tom is a private person. What you get out of Tom? How I get things out of Tom, when his brother in America died, Percy, it was my brother Irvin who went and represent us because we were planning to go to America for the funeral. But it didn't happen because of whatever. I asked my brother Irvin to go and represent us. Yeah? So I'll have to do Irvin's story as well. I'm talking Trevor. I noticed Trevor would come now with demands. He come in with his, he works at the prison. So he come in with his whatever, and he's making demands of his father. When I got involved with my husband, Trevor was not in the picture because Trevor didn't live at Wilson Road. Wherever he was with his wife or whatever, I don't know. I don't go into certain things. It's none of my business. But I was told the story by Mrs. Cleggan, the lady who introduced me to my husband, about Trevor and my husband. And then later on, my husband clarified. Yes? Because Miss Cleggan told me what she knew. And then after things was happening. So all right, this is Trevor. Don't know how I'm here, but I'm here. I began to notice these things that Trevor was doing to his father. So now I am on my guard because already by then they were talking that I was abusing my husband and I was doing whatever. Because of who I am and what I experienced, there were times my husband has a temper on him. Trevor was the one I talked to about the situation. That's how close Trevor and I were. That's why when I get another setback, it hits me hard. I remember one time Tom was arguing with me, and I opened my door And I put him outside and close my door till he cools down. I open my door and he comes back in. There is nothing along that line I didn't discuss with my stepson because he knows his father and he's the only one can advise me. Tom has never ever. He gets frustrated and he cuss Ross. And that's why I'm trying to tell them at court that sometimes even I am here doing something and a bad word will come out of my mouth. Sometimes I use the word not in an offensive way. It's a sort of therapy for me too. Knowing that my father beat me one time for swearing and I'm explaining those things. And these experts who want to say I have psychosis. Yeah? Trevor totally changed. My husband used to, because as I said, my husband came here because I wasn't going. So a place was there. I'm trying to remember if my sister-in-law had lived there one. I don't remember anyway. It's such a long time. Did my sister-in-law live at Tom's one? I can't remember. Anyway, so when Trevor came back into Tom's life, moved back there, so the place was there locked up for a long time. And even my husband was contemplating selling the property. Yeah? So Trevor came back. He was there. My husband would do everything. Leaseholder. He's a leaseholder. Is that how you call it? So the 3-story property belonged to my husband. He sold out 2 and leave 1. So he has a responsibility for doing certain things. My husband is a painter, decorator. He used to do the work himself. When Trevor came there now and he's going down, my husband used to pay Trevor to do the work that he used to do. Not my business. There are times the relationship I have with whatever. Tom family come here and they settle. I leave them on their own because they have things to discuss that doesn't concern me. Yeah? After I linked up with some from abroad and whatever, then one contacted me from Jamaica. She wanted some money. Tom send the money, and then after that, the woman is phoning me. And the gist of the conversation, I am supposed to be paying her rent and blah, blah, blah. Some of them is asking, did Tom leave anything for, and whatever. They all conned me. When I say all, just a few. Only person who hasn't conned me is Donald. And the young lady who came here, she's an honest girl. Whatever her reason for leaving and not telling me, but she's an honest girl. Peter Gay. I can vote for that. Honest girl. Young people are young people. They have their whatever. Yeah. But I didn't expect her to just her to walk out the way she did and leave me in the lurch. That's what upset me. But I put on record, Peter Gay Tomlinson is an honest young lady. I notice certain behaviors now. And then from when the bell is to fix, Trevor is to fix the bell, Trevor go around and Trevor go around. But Trevor does things in his own time and he has a motive. As I said, I will start. We had the best relationship. When things started happening, I confide in Trevor and me and Trevor agreed that certain things, don't let Dad know. Let us deal with it ourselves to keep Dad away from that. That's why when the police came here that day, and I picked up my mobile to call Trevor to alert him to what was happening, and I couldn't use my mobile. Those are the things that happened to me in here. Yeah? Trevor came the evening saying he's fixing the bell. By this time I meet me also. The next thing I know, my husband called. Believe me, people, I don't pride in, I never pride in my husband affair. My husband and I never had a joint account until what Barclays done the second time. Yes, we have savings. And he would shift it from this bank to this bank to get the highest dividend. That's my husband. Very astute. But we never had a joint account for whatever. It was when Barclays and what Nationwide done to me. So whatever. Trevor started being domineering. I'll be up here, Trevor come here, and I'm up here and I hear my husband shouting and swearing, rascal, fucking. So whenever I hear those things, because as I said, I leave family alone. I write somewhere where I said I can't tell him everything. It's in my book. So when they say look into read, but how are you supporting me so I can write another book? If I'm still here in eviction in the face because of lies, and I can be charged and I can be and all that, how are you supporting me? So if I'm up here, what do? I record. If I'm up here and I hear my husband shouting and swearing and whatever, I am going to go down there, I'm going to record, which I have some of them. And now I am hearing that whatever. So it go and go on the door. That's how my head works. Trevor come to fix the bell. Tom called me and he says to me, I must get the money he have. People, my husband used to have money in here. Sometimes it's when I am going to tidy up because I said I'm a hoarder. I will not throw this out unless I look in there to see that, okay, I can use this to do something. I will not throw it out. That's how my hoarding come in. Because this can be very important for something. I can use it in a story phase or something. Yeah? So that's how as long as I'm up on my hoarding. So when Tom called me and he said to me, I must get the briefcase. Yes? And I will go back, I'll tell you more. I must get the briefcase. I get my husband briefcase. He said I must count out money. I count out money. I am not questioning nobody's him and him son. Who am I? By the way, he's not a natural son by Tom, but he's a Tomlinson. He is Tom's nephew's son. So he is Tomlinson by birth. But my husband adopted him because he didn't want him to suffer. Yes? But whatever Trevor, it seemed as if Trevor hated his father. When I was preparing for the 100th birthday, I intend writing a book for my husband. Something is written there. I asked Trevor to contribute, and at the last minute, Trevor didn't contribute and started saying some negative things about his father. So yes. How much did I count out for Trevor? 11,000. Trevor come in here and take the 11,000 pound. When my husband having, I didn't know how much money. Believe me, people. If I say to you certain things, I don't make it be my business because that's going to put pressure on me. And if I don't know, it's better for me. It's not going to stress me or anything. I don't know. I think before that. So now, let me talk. Coming up to my husband's 100th, but Santander started targeting. We went to, because it reached a stage now where, now Barbara said something in court, yeah? It reached a stage now where my husband lost so much money. I remember the last time he came in here and he went in the kitchen and I heard him scream, and when I went down there, all the money he had gone to the bank and taken out. I have to tell you when I remember. He said, oh, he didn't put it in his pocket. Good. And it lost. But I know, no. Because why I know it wasn't lost, I realized that my husband is targeted. Because while me and Trevor were still on good terms, the relationship hadn't deteriorated. My husband wanted his independence, people. Put it like this. Arnold Ebenezer Tomlinson wanted his independence, and I remember going home, and although my mother had dementia, she wanted to go with her friend to Sav. And the day I insisted that, no, Mama, you're not going to Sav, and my mother insists she going to Sav. So what could I do? Leave her in the care of Miss Connie, Legister. And Miss Connie tell me sometimes what happens when they are in Sav, or whatever. They're coming around her and she will shoo them away. So what happened now? I realized my husband was being targeted. My husband and I were targeted before because we had savings at Santander. And I put in complaints. So when I put in complaints, that's a bad thing, yeah? So if something was wrong, I have it. So I have that. We went to the... No, so okay, after that last time now. So when I realized now, my husband used to go out. So he's going out. He's going to the barber. He's going for collect his medication. So it's like a day out for my husband. So he'll go to collect his medication. He will go to the barber. And then he popped in the bank. I'm trying to put these things out there to alert people. Safeguard you're vulnerable. But instead, I am made out like I'm this person. So this day in particular, my husband came home and there was no money. So he had a black bag, plastic, but it's thick. So anytime he's going out, that's what he took with him. So my husband came home, he would get it sometimes, he would bring his paper. See, I went out the other day and I bought this as a reminder because I want to do a podcast. The things my husband introduced me to and how I became, I was a part of their mental health crusade. When my husband came, the money had gone out of the bag. And I realized that the bag was cut. So me now, as mad as I am, I can work out things. I don't take on certain things, but I am very... Did this decision praise my conduct in court today? Yes. Although they're saying I don't have capacity. Anyway, when I realized that the bag was cut, I said to myself, you know what? Tommy's being targeted. They're seeing this old man going in the bank, doing this. So whoever went, took the money, they went and sat beside... I even showed Trevor and explained to him. They went and sat behind him, cut the bag, take out the money. So when now he went out that day, he didn't bring any bag. He put the money in his coat. And when he come in, he went down to the kitchen and I heard him scream. And when I went down there, he said, he didn't put the money in correctly. He lost the money. And I knew he didn't lose the money. Somebody trailed him and picked him. I made the decision based on the fact that he had gone out already. And I don't know if it was because of his diabetes or whatever. Somebody had to take him home. And now that the lady Barbara said something about whatever, we had because she had noticed. So now I decided now that, you know what? I will not allow my husband to go out by himself. He was very reluctant, but in the end, he's somebody I can talk to. We have that understanding. Because I'm telling you 100 things in one. He'll raise up his walking stick. Me no make him do whatever. I know he wasn't gonna, but I want it on record. So I made sure I reported that. Yeah? Anyway, I decided now, no, I will not allow my husband to go out on his own anymore. Whenever we're going to I'm not working, I make time. Whenever he's going out, it's a day out for both of us. So it will be the two of us. Up to that time, I don't know my husband's PIN number. I don't want to know certain things because he's capable of doing it himself. And I am not one for taking away nothing. So whenever we go to the bank that day, we go out on our outing, we went to the bank, they were recalling old 50 pound note. My husband liked the big notes. But to tell you how much money my husband had in this house, I didn't know. I don't pry in his affairs. My husband is a generous man, and I will tell you this much. Sometimes I go and take my husband money and send go give me family and do whatever. Sometimes I go in the kitchen and I'm tidying up and I come up because he's thousands of pounds. So I don't go in there and don't search, do or anything. So this is the story. I soon end this one because I'm gonna be doing a Zoom with Mr. Badalo later. Where was I? Madhead gone. We went to the bank. So as I said, it's a day out for me and my husband now. You will see videos there of me. He's time, but for me, it's evidence. We went to the bank. We went into the meat shop because he loves stock up. Although by this time, he can't even eat it. But that's us. So my time I buy and it go in the compost. But I buy. We went to the bank. We draw some money. His money. Went to the meat shop. All 50 pound notes. Went to the meat shop. Go to pay. Yeah? Yes. The bag was cut. When I went to pay, they said they don't accept the money. Yes? So now we just come in from the bank. So we went back to the bank. So somebody, don't know if they were new or whatever, just take up, seem as if they had collected in all this money and give it to my husband. Yes? So when we went back to the bank and they changed out the money, my husband come home, and that's when my husband is telling me that he have X amount of old 50 pound notes. I even called my friend Birdlegs and he was giving me advice. But my husband know who he is. He went. Next day, we were in the bank with the old 50 pound notes. Yeah? And we lodged it in the bank. As I said, at this time, I don't know my husband's PIN number. I don't know certain things. For me, I don't take on anything that's going to cause me additional strength. And my husband was capable enough to do whatever he needs to do. So we went to the bank and we take the money in, deposited the money, blah, blah, blah. Because my husband is very sensible man. The next thing I know, Santander sent letter. Within a delay, the way how the letter, some of the questions my husband couldn't even remember. I filled the form. I filled the form as best as I could, and I take it in. I am Mrs. Tomlinson. We used to have a savings account. I still use Myers for anybody who knows me. I'm fucking lazy about certain things. And I couldn't be bothered to go change Myers to put everything on fucking thing the same way how right now. The banks, every time they do something, it's a headache. I have to go do this. This is not that. Me, I try and make my life as easy. It's no fucking problem that I'm still using Myers. Make my life fucking easier. Yeah? But Santander targeted us. Yes? Santander targeted us. I have recordings here. YouTube hide whatever they to hide and they only use whatever is to make them good and make me look bad. I had put in a complaint in 2017, I think, about Santander. I think I can find those later. but I was targeted. Yeah. After I take the thingy back, some incident happened in Santander. If you go, I get 5K. And it was like, now I've decided that I realize that slow decline is coming with my husband. But I still didn't want his PIN number. He's capable. So we went into the bank, and because I think by this my brother is saying, don't stay far from him. Be there, be there. So I am standing at the counter. I am his wife. And most times I have my ID and I can explain. And then you're asking him questions. It's the normal questions. But because he's slow, getting slow now, he might not answer immediately. So if I butt in to try and alleviate this situation, I'm not talking to you. Those are the things I get. And when people piss me off, them way there, me I go record. Because unless, as I said to whatever, I use my strong language in order that I don't do what my brother done and throw acid on anybody, and I don't take out my stamp claw bar and turn up on me door and lick nobody over the head. Because I weighed up all possibilities and I talk it out and I said no. Yes? And I soon need to shut down. Yes? I'm gonna end on Trevor. Santander started targeting us, and me, I complain, but nobody is accepting my complaint. And then it's my behavior because you do something. So I have a few videos out there that get up to 5K. Now I'm putting them on Instagram. The one that is gone 2 point something, but Instagram is now blocking me out. That I can't do live until the 19th. That's all they all do it. They take everything I have and leave me in the lurch. And they only use the thing where I'm cursing Bible, but you're not using the one where I'm there and I'm saying, da. They blocked out all that. Even the third, when the police stood here and said about evidence. I'm still talking about Trevor. When Trevor come and take the 11,000, he might have taken more, because when I count the money and give him, he said it was short. So I go count out more than give him. And after because he said, this is Trevor, his father promised him a car. So I think he got his, because he came to fix Bell, and I think he boots around his father and got him when he was vulnerable. After Trevor took the money and went, I think my husband came to his realization. And my husband said, but he never promised him any car. So then there was negotiation. I said, you know what, Trevor, bring back the money. And then he was saying about something or whatever. And then he was going to tell me he's going to pay me in installments, and blah, blah, blah. But what you must realize is that Mimi Owusu, the person that just called me in private, the person who wrote 12-page witness statement, I met her April at an event, and the relationship lasted until whatever. So Mimi Owusu, seeing my vulnerability and knowing how many people had already scammed me and whatever, how to. So she come in like this person was helping me. So she was the one who even advised me. I'll tell you another story, but I'm going to finish up on Trevor. About what to do with Trevor. How to go about getting back the money. Give him an ultimatum, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, Mimi were also because as a result of Trevor taking 11,000 pounds, my husband having here. All I know, money is in the briefcase, because once my husband said to me, if anything should happen, no money is not in here anymore. Them thief and scam it out. But that was what? I used to pick up all 3,000 pounds in my kitchen when I'm cleaning up. My husband have different, he put this in this, he have this in this, and he tell you, this is for Melzy and my sister, this is for this is for that. That's my husband. My husband gave my son 5,000 pounds already. He said, I let him, but a five. So I tell you who my husband is. Anybody wants help my husband. Now Mimi Owusu see a way of coming in. Mimi Owusu is the one who suggested I get power of attorney, found the solicitor. In the interim now, I'm so glad somebody is taking me on control. Yeah? I even listed her as family on my team. That's for another story. And then Mimi Owusu was trying to find those ways for me to take control of my husband's property. There are certain things nobody coerce me. Yeah? To do. My husband property. Okay, I should put this in, then I go. My husband was gonna change out my stepson name out of the property and put his grandson. And I told my husband, I said, you cannot do that. Because I know the situation with my first husband. Yes? The situation with my first husband. The rift between my husband, his mother, and the nephew. I said, Tom, you cannot do that. So I actually stopped my husband changing out. I'm going to wrap up now with tell you. After everything is said and done and Trevor started playing nasty, that was when my husband sat me down and tell me the story. And my husband said to me, because Miss Cleggan told me at the wedding but what she knew. My husband said to me, Trevor had asked if he could borrow money on the property, and he told him no. My husband said to me, I have the deeds for the property here. So my husband must have had some suspicion of what Trevor is. Yes? Why he didn't let him borrow money on the property. Why he didn't sign the power of attorney. My husband, I turned to my, I said to my husband, leave the deed where it is. Must be in the briefcase. I said, when you die, I will pass over the deed to Trevor. I think my husband was scared that his son was going to sell the property in his lifetime, and he didn't want that. The will was made for Trevor and his son, Jermaine. I have no say in that. Yes? So when Trevor had gone to Lights Bank and gone say, one little 4,000, less than 5,000 pounds, and Lights make do what they done, and they're now offering me 100 pounds for whatever. If you didn't do me something wrong, yeah? I spoke to Lloyd about this situation. So I get, yeah? Trevor hasn't come to collect his deed for his property. It's here. And that's why I think those Mimi Owusu is working with these solicitors and whoever to get whatever. Because when I contact, in the will it said something if Trevor is unable or unwilling or whatever. Trevor is not capable. Trevor changed his father's funeral plan. I had to spend the money until in the end I decided, no, I'm not spending anymore. Yeah? Trevor, Victor Tomlinson have 9,000 pounds for my husband. My husband said to me, collect the money from Victor. I said, Tom, you have to do something about it. In the hospital, he recorded it and said, Victor is to pay me the 9,000 pounds. The next thing I know, they're gonna say, Tom did make left money in will for Dudley, so it's to come out of that. A will was made before man come here and done it. My friend Chester said it's not worth the paper it's written on. So in that first will, that's the will that was money was in that will for me. I was mentioned for money in that will. His nephew Dudley and his brother Melzy. That's why I take it upon myself. Although my husband died, I still continue sending money to his brother because it was his responsibility. And he left me money for me to take it up. All the money is gone. All the money is gone. And I made sure my husband brother died and I sacrificed myself. It was some people, they would have washed their hands off the Tomlinson. The relationship I have with Melzy and the relationship I know Tom had for with his brother, because he felt responsible for his hand being crushed and he didn't come to England. Yes, I made sure I send the money to help with my husband's brother funeral. Right now, I send money to help with this. He gave me money for the sister. There's a vast, let me tell you, some people, they're wicked and I'm going to name them. But I just want some leeway for the world to understand how I'm in this predicament. Yes? I haven't eaten for morning and I don't know when I will eat. And this is the situation. A person who is diabetic. It's not good. I don't have a GP. And I have people is coming in here, whatever, and they just put in a picture. And when they're saying whatever, it's outdated and whatever. Why didn't you act before it becomes outdated? Yes? So I'm gonna close this now because this is the only way I am surviving. Because if I didn't wasn't raised a different way, I wouldn't take this suffering. But I suffered from the time my father was stricken with Parkinson's. And I'm suffering. I will suffer until I die. Because there's nothing else for me to do. So when I'm getting this, you promise this and whatever. You using my book for whatever. You promise this and even I'm in books and nobody. I reach out to everybody. I write song that is on an app. I was page on the thingy and nobody's taking the and they are saying I'm this and I'm that. Yes, I swear because I don't want to go do what my brother done. And to be abandoned and rejected and have people 18 Facebook pages gone. LinkedIn gone. My own website I created gone. I went on TikTok. I got 55K going viral. Gone. As soon as I set up something on Google My Business that I am paying for, gone. Now it's Instagram that is fucking about with me. So you remove my thing, you block me out. I can't do this and I can't do that. All of them is using your things and I put the one in out there. I haven't even looked at my whatever is coming up. How can I looked after my husband. I haven't worked in 10 years because of whatever. They are saying I'm using terms. I use terms, it's not about them. So if I mention pedophile, you know you're not a pedophile. Why are you taking it up? The pedophiles are at London Early Years Foundation. How did I know they are pedophiles? Because of a Richard Harty who called my phone. The same way Phil Gregory, and now they want to say the, nothing in Phil Gregory's thing is true. And even District Judge Beecham, who had a case on the 9th of December, want to say I am that. And talking, oh, I noticed you had some thingy. But you fucking notice I had treatment at Maudsley. You're not looking at the fact that I was on King's College radar saying it's using gadgets. So these are things that you don't take medication. So now they want me to take medication. So I am not functioning. So somebody is going to come and supervise me. Mm-hmm. This is Mimi Awusu. Somebody's going to come and supervise me taking medication. Somebody's going to tell me where to go for social events. Somebody, whatever. And people turning up at my house and announce. People calling ambulance. People calling police. And I am the bad person. So who was taking care of my husband? Who planned his 100th birthday party? Who planned his funeral and done all everything? Huh? And they're telling me that whatever I'm saying, it doesn't happen. Nobody kicks my door. When people can hear my door being kicked when I'm doing live. So there is a law where I go to all, I represent myself and they do this. So now they have a law that they put an injunction in place. Although it's an unlawful injunction, and I could not have done anything during that July when my brother is dying of cancer. One is in the hospital, blood vessel bursting in his head. and it's 26 days. And I had high blood pressure the first time. I put all the ECG and what has YouTube done with it? So there's a law that put an injunction and say you can't do this and you can't do that. And I am a writer. See, they say no, looking forward to read my next book. But things that I write, that is my truth. I'm to remove it. Because there is an injunction. So the legal people know how to put their injunction in place. I'm not the only one going through this, and I will not be the last. But I'm fighting to the end because giving up was never an option. Yes? So if District Judge Beecham want to have it on her conscience that I'm going to be made homeless, and then you're going to charge me for, because I hear that they've put in for 64,000 after what they've done to me. Yeah? So then other people will have it on their conscience. Because you know what? Suicide is not my portion. So I'll have to live and suffer. I only ask God, don't let me have a stroke or anything where I am unable to take care of myself. That's all I ask. No, I am being blamed for Miss Gilchrist's stroke. Whatever I'm doing caused Miss Gilchrist to have a stroke. But I haven't had a stroke. I haven't got a GP. How many times I've been stuck out? My own blood that they take, they're not giving it to me. So I'm going to close this down because I'll be having a Zoom with Mr. Badaloo. But it's not fair. It's not fair that nobody can see what I am trying to say. And at the end, my family. Go and look there what I'm saying about my family and growing up and where it came from. Some of the things have been hidden, but God knows. Only time cold water went into my mouth is when I'm brushing my teeth. And I don't know when I will eat again. And I look back at my mother. Days my mother didn't eat. And we were all saying, oh, miserable country. And then my mom would just turn out, right away me dinner. I've learned to cook from the time I think I've learned to cook from the time cook for a whole big family. From the time my mother came from bush. So I'm cooking from early teens. Big pot. We had food. Maybe we didn't have whatever, but we had vegetable, we had food. We had breadfruit tree. Because people used to come to my yard to buy breadfruit to export. Any tree, banana, coconut, everything my father used to plant. When my father couldn't plant, my mother take over. And now to know I'm living like this. So don't they see when I write song that is on app? Don't they see I'm in book? And don't they see whatever? How did I write this book? I write poetry. Don't they see that? So now you go and look at my thing. You see Chris Banks saying about the swear word. And now that is going to use. You're going to come out of court and delay to provoke me. Because it's been established in court that you're pregnant. That's the fourth. Then the sixth, I was assaulted in King's College Hospital. Did anybody at the court know that when I leave court, I have to go go to hospital for my husband? When I leave hospital, I have to go and then you do what you do, and then you say this is my behavior, and I come in there doing this and doing that. I don't understand. It's the same way when I said Trevor came in. I called Trevor the day after his father's birthday, and I said, Trevor, I'm so stressed out, blah blah blah. And Trevor came in here, and all I was doing is picking up I wasn't going to do anything with the bag. What would I be doing with Trevor bag inside here? I'm not a thief. You put your bag on the chair and I want to sit down. And all I was going to do, remove it from the chair so I could sit down. By the time the man grabbed the bag and grabbed my hand, and nobody understand those things. I could have retaliated, but I did not. How did I retaliate? I record. So the same way I came out in my gun, and I told them, I said the ring doorbell camera is to monitor my movement. So by the time I'm coming in, she's coming down the stairs. She knows I'm coming in, you're coming out there. So that is it. And it tells you. Now they told, she said in court, it's the police told her to install it. That's why the police came on the third and saying, for they go up there for over half an hour and then they tell me it was 15 minutes. As somebody said they were looking for evidence. He stood here, right here, and said, if they get called back and they find any evidence, the outcome wouldn't be good. Nobody plays those things. They're on there. And nobody used those to back up my story that yes, I'm not target. When I'm in here talking or singing or whatever, then the judge is gonna ask me today, can they hear? Nobody's not taking into consideration when my door is kicked that people can stay on me doing live and hear it. And I'm not to saying anything. There are times when my door is kicked that I lose my voice. I can't speak. I'm better off dead. No human being is supposed to live. The way I help people, the way I look after my husband, the way I look after my granny and my father who died a month apart. I didn't have a life. I was a traumatized mother. Age 20, I have two sons. One of them was misdiagnosed as being deaf and dumb. And I had all that to deal with. And when the teacher insisted that he's not talking, let him stay at home, I said, no, I'm pregnant with my second child. I said, no, I'm paying my money, let him come. Where did my son learn to talk? Day nurse came to school. And he want to be seen and heard. He climb on the desk. And now I have my grandson with the same problem and I need to help. And because of what's happening. Can anybody see what I'm trying to say? How did speaking up for my right leave me here? My head is hurting me. I'm having a pain going down this side. So I only hope I don't. Nothing happens to me. But if a person has diabetes and other underlying conditions, not to mention whatever they're trying to do with my mental health. Yeah? There's nothing wrong with my mental health. Yeah? Because how they're saying I don't have, how did I go to court today and represent myself? Nobody was with me. They had all their witnesses and everything. And this should just be, is because they put what they want in the bundle to suit their case. And although they had other things, no, it's not in there. There was a picture. I got the thing in and I'm trying to send it out to say how it impacted on me. Now they're making it look that I was distributing pornography. Where would I get a picture of a man's penis? It was sent to me because somebody sending me an email if I want a relationship. And when I'm fobbing off the person sending me the picture of his a penis. So I'm sending it out trying to explain situation between my son's father. And when he wouldn't stop, I got my son involved. Now they're making it out. And then the lawyer is the solicitor who contacted me first is so distraught by that picture and not reading the caption what I said. This had an impact on me. So I'm trying to get other people to understand how people get targeted. No. I reach out to everybody. I said, please, please help me tell my story. Nobody. I even I even went, I went to Galaxy and I said, please, can anybody come out and support me? I've been out to support everybody. Carl Grant, everybody. Everybody you can think of, I've been out to support them. And now, yeah, they want me to do things. It's my book or whatever. And yes, you're looking forward to read my next book. But what are you doing to help me? Does this say, what does this say about? Yeah. You can use my book to go to court and use it, and you use it as, but who is helping me to continue that inspiration? How am I going to write another book? I never planned to stay in this country. I was waiting for my husband to die so I could go. And now you're going to kick me out before I have time to sort out what I need to sort out. I have a thing in my book that I said I need to be out of this country before my 60 birthday because of whatever was happening to me. Does anybody see those things? No. I'm being shut down I'm being shut down by whatever. I'm being made a voiceless vulnerable by so I need to